Welcome to the dark side of Beastwriter on this Don't Miss a Beat from the Beat segment. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today we're going to be breaking down all the news, notes, and quotes straight from Raiders headquarters. As you can see, I am tired right now. I was uploading videos. If you guys haven't checked them out, let me just go ahead and make my coffee real quick because your boy has to wake up. Like I am running on empty right now. So in the meantime, I put up 8 videos for you guys from OTAs practice today. All right. So there's 8 videos posted on YouTube. You guys can have fun, knock yourselves out. And if you guys know, I break down everything brick by brick. So if you guys have yet to check out my OTA videos, well, there's 8 videos to choose from. All right. They're all mine. So if you see any content stealers putting it out there, call them out and let me know so I can go ahead and put a copyright claim on their YouTube channel. Anyways, go check it out right now. I'm going to take a step back. And before we do that, I just want to say a special mahalo to MacTeddy. Thank you so much for the super sticker and super chat before we kick off the games. I really, really appreciate it. And again, if you guys want to support the DOB here on YouTube, please be sure to send me a super chat or a super sticker. Those come in handy and actually helps with the functionality of the YouTube channel. Like I said, I want to do this as my 9 to 5. And again, those definitely help. I mean, right? Let's not get it twisted. But again, I know times are tough. So just give this video a thumbs up if you like what I have to bring. I'm going to be making my coffee right now. I am literally running on empty. I apologize. But again, like even making a simple 6-minute video or 4-minute and 8-second video like the one with Davante Adams took 2 hours. No, it took 2 hours to go ahead and curate. And the reason for that is because I have little graphics in there. I have little cool like editing tips that I had to go ahead and kind of cut them up and then repaste them back in and then make it seamless. So a lot of time and effort, guys. But no excuses. I'm going to be hopping on this live stream. I'm going to be powering through. We're going to talk about OTAs, right? I mean, I think that's something that we all need to talk about. This was our first glimpse of OTAs. But let me go ahead and make my coffee and let me hit that reset button. We're going to take a 5-minute timeout. So I'll have the 5-minute countdown. I'll be back on hopefully a little bit sooner than that, but I'm just going to go ahead and literally just make it just so I have some kind of pre-workout before the live stream that we're doing here that hopefully I can hop on and we can do this and have a seamless production show like we always do on all our podcasts. But yeah, a lot to talk about. And again, we're going to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo, and people were saying, oh, it was injury related in terms of his contract being kind of held back to the following day. No, it was contractual, broke it down. Jimmy Garoppolo even echoed the same thing on the day of his press conference. So the surgery happened after the fact, right? After they signed him. So there you have that. That downplays that grind. The second beast receipt that also checks out is the fact that we talked to Marcus Epps today. If you guys haven't saw the video yet, I can't even talk. You haven't saw the video. You haven't seen the video yet. You guys can see I'm tired. If you guys haven't seen the video on my Marcus Epps question, go peep that out. Go peep the video that I asked Max Crosby in today's press conference. That one's a good one. The Max Crosby question today that I asked him lit up. I mean, you can just see his eyes light up like the dude's motivated. And again, I have year-end voting rights for Pro Football Writers Association, which is why I have a grading system, right? How are you going to say Max Crosby is better than the rest of all the edge defenders in the entire NFL if you don't have a grading system or if you don't grade every single snap? You can't just go off the box score a lot of these times. So spoke with Max Crosby on that aspect as it pertains to his NFL game and being arguably the best edge defender in today's NFL. So again, a lot of different things we can talk about and we're going to talk about. But let me go ahead and put up the countdown. I'll be hopping back on in 5 minutes. As you can see, I am running on empty right now. And I just need to catch my breath. All right, so sit tight. I'll be hopping back on shortly. But in the meantime, please check out my videos. And I broke it down into 12 playlists for you. So if you notice the Locker Room Pulse interview questions, there'll be a playlist for that. So any player that I speak to personally, you will see a playlist called Locker Room Pulse interviews, and that will be at the end of every live stream. So if you notice at the end of a video, don't click out. Why? Because there's playlists for you. I purposely put playlists at the end of every single video so you guys can look at the playlist and then you guys can see, oh, damn, this is good information that Beastwriter's putting out. All right. So again, check those out. I talked about Marcus Epps today, talked with Max Crosby today, talked with Davante Adams today. Good one on Davante Adams and transitioning into year 2. And shout out to DK. I asked you guys on community page, what questions did you have for some of these players? Because again, you guys have a voice too. And again, if the question is worthy of me asking, I'm going to go ahead and ask that question, right? Because I think if someone in here in the DOB family has that question, odds are there's 5 to 10 to 15 to 25 to 30 people who have the same exact question. So again, I don't want to use my platform to say I'm the all high and mighty, because I'm not. I want to give you guys a voice, right? You guys have a voice from the DOB family here in Beast Nation. So again, shout out to DK. I talked to him after. He couldn't believe that I actually used his question when asking Davante Adams and transitioning to year 2 on the nuances of the game. But, it's something that I think is really cool, right? Just, I think from that perspective, it's really cool because it's something I would have asked anyways at some point in time. But again, you guys are the one that makes me money. You're the ones that makes me the reason why I'm there, right? Like, it's all you guys, right? I may be the forefront of the face of the DOB, but you guys are the bloodline. You guys are the lifeline. So again, without you guys, I wouldn't be in the position I am today. So shout out to D Menace, who's also modding this right now. He shot me a text and said hashtag DOB undisputed, because if you guys haven't seen the video yet on Max Crosby, go check that out. Hashtag undisputed. All right. So Max Crosby's hungry. I just posted that video up right before hopping on this live stream. But let me go ahead and make my coffee. I said that a lot, but let me just please give me 5 minutes to kind of reset, and then we'll be hopping back on. I promise you guys. So sit tight and relax and watch those videos. I mean, there's literally 8 videos that I posted from OTAs practice today, where I break down the shallow drag route, what it means, what it entails, and exactly how does that dynamic fit into evaluating practice and into training camp. You got to remember, a lot of these routes that they run, they're conceptual routes, and there's always layers to this, right? So that's kind of like the phase 3 that we're in now. They can do walkthroughs and sorts, kind of that type of a deal. They can't do live action. And again, go to the community page, because I posted articles up on the community page, as I always do. And look, there's a lot of information. We cover a lot of ground on every single day. You can just look at me. Like, I can't fake this, right? Like, a lot of hard work goes into it. And so a lot of film study goes into it, right? Prepping for the questions goes into it. So again, if you guys want to support the work, send me a super chat, super sticker. It would mean a lot. Also, if you guys you guys can send me a Venmo donation. That works as well too. That's in the description link below. A lot of you guys have been sending me Venmo donations. I got a few yesterday. So thank you so much for those Venmo donations. And again, just at Beastwriter, right? So at Beastwriter, you guys can find me there. But we're going to take a 5-minute break. Like I said, let me hit the reset button, go make my coffee. I'm going to jump back on, and then we are going to go ahead and kick this off the only way we know how, and that's keeping it dark side all day, every single day. All right, so stay tuned. I'll be right back. right, we're back. This is crazy. Can't believe I was gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna call it a day, but I was like, you know what? That's not in me. Like literally, there's something in me that's wrong. I don't know what else to say. There's something wrong about me. Like my work ethic is unquestioned, and I got this from my parents. But there's something wrong with the Sakamoto family. We just grind it out all day, every day. Um, I say that jokingly. There's nothing wrong with us. It's just like we always grind it out, right? And so and again, when we talk to Max Crosby, if you guys took the time to watch that video, like I asked you to, on him being the undisputed number one edge defender, right? And this is something I really wanted to give him credit for, right? Because I have year-end voting rights for Pro Football Writers Association, also known as for short is the PFWA, right? PFWA stands for the Pro Football Writers Association or Pro Football Writers of America. I'm a member, so I have year-end voting rights for first team All-Pro, second team All-Pro, all AFC team, all NFC team, Rookie of the Year, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, you name it. All the year-end awards, I have a vote. And so I take that very seriously. At the end of the year, I compile my grading system and comparing an apples to apples comparison. I don't think it's fair when you just go straight to the box score and say, hey, this player has 13 and a half sacks and Max Crosby may only end up with 7.5, but that guy with 13 and a half sacks doesn't necessarily mean he's a better edge defender than Max Crosby, because when you look at the overall body of work and not being a box score reader, you may find out more times than not that Max Crosby is the number one edge defender in the entire NFL. And so, again, I asked Max Crosby today, I say, hey, man, you're arguably the number one edge defender in the entire NFL. What are some things you can improve on from last year going into this year, right? This is a simple question that you always want to ask somebody, because at the end of the day, again, this is kind of like a scouting question too, right? Because when a scout asks a player a question, I have friends who are scouts and they ask them. And even when I coached, I always ask players, because if they think they're really that good, they're not going to want to say, yeah, I'm that good and there's no flaws in my game. If you say that, then you're just literally shooting yourself in the foot. And so I asked Max Crosby, and obviously I knew the answer that Max Crosby was going to go. And because I just know his mentality, I know his work ethic, I know his grind. So he literally left it like this. Look, I'm always looking for that 1%. What does that mean, 1%? Coach Jim Harbaugh told me this a very, very long time ago, back in 2014. And I always take it with me because I talked to him about coaching, because I coached at the time and he was also coach of the Niners. And I said, the motivational factor, we talk about all these different things, whenever I got the opportunity. He says, look, Ryan, you either get better or you get worse. You never remain the same. Every single day you wake up, you either get better or worse. You never remain the same. If you can get better every single day of every single week, and you compile that, even if it's just 1% that Max Crosby talked about, at the compilation of taking all these baby steps, they equal big gains. And so I take that to heart. And I think that's why Max Crosby is so successful and he is at the top of the mountain, right? So we always talk about the lonely mountain here. And again, this has to do with OTAs. Why? Because OTAs is just about walkthroughs. There's nothing like really, unless you're, okay, it's not even unless, like, honestly, it's like OTAs right now is like very, very minimal. It's like watching practice during the year, right? There wasn't much to see. But when you can talk to these players from a mental aspect, because football is it is mental as it is physical, and you actually see things for what they are from a mental standpoint, and you kind of can gauge what Max Crosby is telling me. Hey, look, Beast, I'm trying to get 1% better. I'm trying to live a better lifestyle for, myself, for my family, and for this football team, right? How do I do that? Well, he literally echoed it. Funny story. All right. And again, this is where my strength and conditioning program and my NPC IFBB bodybuilding come into play here. All right. And I can truly understand where and that's why I won my competitions, not to try and toot my own horn, but it is what it is. I won my pro shows, right? I entered pro shows, won that, took first place, okay, multiple times. But how did I get there? You have to sacrifice something to gain something. Everybody wants to eat their cake and eat it too. It doesn't always work that way. In fact, it will strain. When I was bodybuilding, my goal was focused on winning first place. I didn't care about second place. No one cares about, you know, the runner up. All right. No one cares about that. All right. Just putting it out there. Like you play to win, right? That's why they keep a score on the scoreboard. When people say, oh, the score doesn't matter, then why keep score? It matters. It matters. I don't care what anyone says. Especially in the Sakamoto household, you guys are, how many stories have I told you? I'm multi-ethnic, right? So, I mean, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, Sicilian, you name it. We're very competitive, and so we hate to lose, right? We hate to lose more than we'd like to win. We always bring that up. But again, there is no work-life balance in my bodybuilding grind. What did Max Crosby say if you guys watched the video like I asked you to on that 5-minute break? He says, work-life balance, there's my family, and then there's basically football, right? And by him saying that, he said straight up, I wake up at 5 a.m., don't leave work until 7 p.m. You know who else did that? This guy. 5 a.m., I would do fasted cardio. Wake up at 5 a.m. Who wants to wake up at 5 a.m. and do fasted cardio on an empty stomach when you haven't ate anything? Nothing. Not even coffee. You wake up, literally get out of bed, don't even brush your teeth yet. You just do fasted cardio. You go home, and then you wake up. That's what you call heart. That's what you call discipline. That's what we call determination and dedication. So I get what Max Crosby is saying. I know where this kid's going. Max Crosby is going to end up being in the Hall of Fame one of these days. Keep the beast receipt. Max Crosby will be in the Hall of Fame with a yellow jacket, gold jacket, whatever you want to call it. He's going to end up in the Hall of Fame. All right? Because his trajectory and his work ethic is unquestioned. If you have a strong work ethic and you also have the on-field talent to go with that work ethic, sky's the limit. There's always these guys that are very talented, but they have one or the other. They have a strong work ethic, but they don't have the talent. They have a strong on-field talent, but they don't have the work ethic. Max Crosby has both. All right. So that being said, again, go ahead and check out that video if you haven't already. Really cool stuff that we have going on there. All right. So Space Jam says, name another edge blocking kicks. I'll wait. Yes. You talk about the Space Jam. Great analysis. And again, see, I learn things all the time. So when I first started covering the Raiders, I'm like, man, usually you see an edge defender, and I cover all 32 teams, and they're just like, you know what? They'll put up, when Eric Armstead, when I was with Niners, yeah, they'll put him up on the interior, and he's tall. He's 6'7", 315 pounds or 318 pounds, whatever the case may be. He gets his hands there, and you can maybe get your hands on the ball here or there off a field goal attempt. But how many times do you see an edge rusher do it? Like, is Nick Bosa on special? I'm not saying that Nick Bosa isn't worthy of Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, this guy's a freaking monster. All right, trust me, guys. Nick Bosa is a beast approved. All right, but he's not in the kicking game. Not saying he can't play the kicking game. Obviously, he could, but Max Crosby is. And Space Chimp is just pointing it out. Like, the dude is just, he can just do it all. Like, the guy's very athletic. He has a chip on his shoulder coming out of Eastern Michigan, right? I think this guy has, I've been around a lot of good players, right? A lot of great players, right? From my time with San Francisco 49ers. But one thing that I think separates Max Crosby, I take that back. The Hall of Fame players that I covered, okay, Max Crosby has that work ethic. So, like, for me to say that, that's a huge statement because I don't call anyone a Hall of Fame player, let alone an All-Pro. And we all know that Max Crosby is an All-Pro. Now, you can take the biased stance and be like, oh, you're just saying that because you cover the Raiders now. No, I got grades on all 32 NFL top edge rushers. Trust me. You want the grades? Ask me what game. All right. I grade the snap, not the box score. But at the end of the day, you guys already know. Here in the DOB, that's how we do it. And that's why I'm tired every day. That's why I'm tired. Yaya Haramaki says, write that down. Yes, absolutely. Oh man, Johnny Storm Beats says facts. How you doing, Johnny Storm Beats? I've never seen you here on this live stream. Welcome, and I know you're a subscriber. How do I know you're a subscriber? Well, I make it subscriber based only when you can leave comments, and I'm actually, if you guys notice, before we start, says subscribers only, right? So we don't want any trolls in here. We're all about the good vibes only. I'm tired of the trolls that come in here, leave their 2 cents, try to act all high and mighty. I'm like, man, go do that on someone else's channel, man. We don't got time for that. But Johnny Storm Beats, I think this is the first time you ever engage with us on this platform, and welcome. And thank you. Mahalo for subscribing to the channel. Spread the word to all your family and friends. Like the video. Please do that right now. There's 26 of us watching right now. Please smash that like button. We're going to be talking about OTAs. We're going to talk about practice. We're going to talk practice, not a game. We're talking about practice. Talk about OTAs. A lot of different things we're going to talk about today. So yeah, please shoot me a like. That is free 99. But also, if you guys want to send me a super chat or a super sticker and you're in a giving mood today or would like to do that and have yet to do so, and you like my silver and black content, not just the one that I provide today, but the ones that I've been providing all year long, please go ahead and do that. That helps me out a lot. And I think it's a money icon on the live stream. And if you're watching the replay, mahalo to Mika from Germany again. Mika from Germany again send me another super thanks. It was a heart icon. I get it. I get all notifications. You guys know what time I go to sleep because you guys send me notifications at 3:26 a.m. I got one at 4:15 a.m. I know some of you guys wake up at who was it today? That I respond on to Six Soldier. I think I responded to him through Instagram early. See, I don't sleep. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night because I was watching game film. Crazy. Like my mind is just wired differently. It's crazy. Daniel Kim says, set the goal, the proper mindset, perfect reps, focus, time on task, sweat equity plus rise, wash, and repeat. Success of your goals. Yep. Absolutely. That is actually absolutely. Oh man. Yeah, you have to have a strong work ethic. Boogie says Max looks up to Michael Jordan and Kobe's work ethic. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. And that's where I got my beast mentality grind from. And the funny thing about this is, here's a funny story. I was always a team captain in middle school and high school, all right? Whether it's track, basketball, baseball, whatever the case may be. Whatever sport I played, I was the team captain. Here's the thing. When I got to bodybuilding, so you have to be coachable is what I'm saying. I'm always coachable, right? I'm always going to be willing to learn, but I'm also very stubborn. Like let's put it this way. All right, my work ethic came from Kobe Bryant, and that Mamba mentality is the beast mentality. Because like I keep telling you guys, when I step on stage, we all do the same typical workouts. We all have flaws in our game, right? Like maybe my delts can be a little bit bigger. Maybe my traps can be a little bit lower or streamlined. Maybe my V taper isn't coming in as hard because I don't have that lat, that lat flare that people have. Maybe I can't do a center front pose because my lats aren't wide enough. But my abs are freaking shredded. So again, what's the mix and match between the two? And then again, we can talk about your arms and your I mean, there's different, right? We all have different flaws in our game, right? When it comes to bodybuilding. But here's the thing. Everybody does the same exact thing, right? There's no cookie cutter diet or no cookie cutter workout program. But typically, I worked with a few coaches. It's pretty much standardized, right? Now there's staples and some other tricks of the trade, but nutrition does play a role, and bodybuilding grind plays a role. So what I'm going at with this is I'm coachable, but I'm very stubborn, meaning the Mamba mentality, that's where beast mentality came alive back in 2016. And that was, I would be at the gym literally for 8 hours in a day. 8 hours at the gym, pushing hard weight. If you don't believe me, go look at my IG stories back from 2016, 2017, 2018, before 2019, before COVID. I was known to be at the gym for 8 hours at a time. Why? People say you're crazy. Well, that's why they call you a beast. But at the end of the day, it's like this. I trained my body to overtrain. So the overtraining was no longer overtraining. Like, for instance, you guys know how I do it on Instagram. I can burn over 1,000 calories in under 45 minutes on the Stairmaster on the highest level. Right now, people say, "Oh, that's crazy." It is, and I thought it was too, until I got used to it, and I was like, maybe I can burn 2,000 calories. Let's go. So what does it have to do with my bodybuilding grind? Again, strength and conditioning does play a role. When it comes to Max Crosby, he has the same desire to be great, right? Like, there has to be something in you to want to drive to be great. And he talked about it today in OTAs. He talked about it with us in the media workroom. He said straight up, like, if you're willing to learn, I'll take you under my wing and I'll show you the ropes. I'll show you the nutrition. I'll show you how you take care of your body. I'll show you the rehab process. Sleeping habits, that's also plays a role, right? Like, he wakes up at 5 a.m., doesn't go home till 7 p.m. He's not at home yet. Guys, he was there at 5 a.m. It's 6:41 p.m. right now. He's still at Raiders headquarters across the street. Like, but you would never know that unless I pointed this out or unless he said it. But he's not going to be, hey, yeah. People just know. And this is the first thing that this time last year was I was looking to see who the Max Crosby was. Because I didn't know Max Crosby. I didn't know Davante Adams. I didn't know any Josh Jacobs. I didn't know any of these guys, right? I was new coming over from the 49ers. So I was looking for the Patrick Willis, right? I was looking for the Navarro Bowmans. I was looking for, all the Frank Gores, right? Who freaking first one in, last one out, right? And we found the Max Crosby. That's why I think Max Crosby, Davante Adams, same way. Max Crosby and Davante Adams are same. All right. So, like, they're on the same wavelength. So both those guys, Hall of Fame players, right? And again, if you look at it, and Josh Jacobs, I know people are hating Josh Jacobs, but hey, he could be, right? Still young. But, oh, yeah, they got one good year. It's like, anyways, he only had one good year. That was one hell of a year, huh? And he's still young. But yeah, it's really important. All right, so let's go ahead and we talked about Max Crosby a little bit. Let's talk about Davante Adams. This is what's, and again, 26 people liking it right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I have to bring on the daily. Also, we've been on for 36 minutes and 48 seconds. If you'd like to send a super chat like Mac Teddy did to kick off the live stream, thank you so much, Mac Teddy. I appreciate it. You guys can do so right now on YouTube or send me a Venmo donation. I have my phone right here. So if you guys send it to me right now, I get the notification. Oh, just got one. What do you know? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to open it up, read the note. The Venmo donations work well. I've been getting more Venmo donations recently than super thanks and super chats. But again, if you guys want to do that, you can do that. D Menace or Daniel, if you can post my Venmo link right now so people can find it. That's actually working. People have told me through Venmo on the private message that, they couldn't find it for some reason in the description box, but it's listed there. Venmo.com/@Beastwriter. That's where you can find me, right? So yeah, that's, but let me just open this up right now. I just want to read the comment. Give you guys a shout out for those that sent me a Venmo donation. I appreciate it. All right. Brad Sanchez, thank you so much. He says, keep up the great work, Beast. I was really excited to found you from another content stealer. He literally said, found you from another content stealer. How did he find me from another content stealer? Hey, wait. But thank you so much, Brad, for your $15 Venmo donation. I appreciate it. Wait. Does that mean someone's stealing my videos and now remaking it, and then someone called them out, and now I don't know what's going on because I'm doing this last year. I told you guys it was going to happen. Told you guys it was going to happen. That is amazing. That is amazing. From a content stealer. Oh, man. Daniel Kim says Kaji used to have breakfast with Carr after their 5 a.m. workouts. Were they the first two at the facility? This is a great question. I can't confirm or deny this. All right. I can't confirm or deny this. And here's the reason why. I'm not there at 5 a.m. in the morning. All right. So I'm usually going to sleep at 5 a.m. in the morning. And then waking up to be at Raiders headquarters by 9. Truthfully, you guys know that's not a joke. But I can't confirm or deny that. I know that Derek Carr is one of the hardest working guys. Right? And but yeah, I can't confirm. Here's why I will tell you this. I will tell you this, and I know this is fact. Jimmy Garoppolo will have the same kind of unquestioned work ethic. How do you know? Like, blah. Speaking of Jimmy Garoppolo, he's not even ready for training camp, dude. He'll be ready by training camp. They have to be cautious with him. We talked about this. This is like old news. Like we talked about this like a long time ago. In fact, if you guys followed me with the 49ers, you know how I feel about them playing injured players, right? It's not like it's not a known thing. Everyone plays injured. I get it. But sometimes you have to pull back the player from himself, all right? I talked about this. Trust. I've been covering the Niners for 10 years. I think I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to call any players out because I shouldn't. And I will never do that because, again, it's not the player's fault. They want to play. If I was a player, I want to play too. I will call out. Well, you're indirectly calling out people who are in the field and say, oh, what do you know? Well, the proof is in the pudding and the beast receipts. That's what I know. Down Kim says, support the DLB if you're able. Remember that likes and subscribes are free 99. That is true. That is true. And it's funny. I keep in touch with a lot of the 49 strength and conditioning coaches. Ray Wright was one of them. Terrell Jones is another one. Mark Uyama. I mean, you name them. Like, I become good friends with these guys. And because we talk on that level and that wavelength, just like I talk to the players or the coaches, right? Because I coached. So like, when you see things, when you can talk on a level that they're like, oh, like Curtis Mawkins, he's like, that's the coach in you, huh? When he was the offense coordinator with the Niners, when I talked about Devin Kajust, same thing applies. I just love talking ball, and that's why today I really tried my hardest. I wanted another beat writer on today on this. Don't miss a beat from the beat. Because it is Thursday. I thought I was like, hey, man, this is a perfect time to have another beat writer on the show, right? Unfortunately, like I told you, we have to value other people's time. Not everyone has no life, right? I have no life, right? You guys are my life, right? Don't have a family, don't have kids. You guys are my family, and you guys are my kids. That doesn't sound right, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? A lot of these guys have families. Outside of that, you got to remember, they're not just beat writers for the Raiders. Right? They cover like the Vegas. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger. My gosh, when I said Las Vegas Golden Knights, people got all upset the other day. Vegas Golden. I apologize. Vegas Golden Knights. Please do not get upset with me. Vegas Golden Knights. They're playing tonight in Dallas, right? So Ed Graney's over there. So I want Ed Graney on. I love Ed Graney. That's my boy. Adam Hill. He'll be on here. But again, he's covering the Vegas Golden Knights. I talked to Vinny. I wanted him, Vinny Bontier. I wanted Vinny on the show. He couldn't do it today because obviously with OTAs and stuff, and you know, he has his own stuff going on, and he has a family. So it was short notice. I wanted to get someone on, but I did do my due diligence. Okay, I did talk to a lot of people. Cassie can't do it today. Either. Mark Anderson couldn't do it today. I literally was talking to everyone. I was like, hey, but they're like, oh yeah, I want to hop on. It's not like they're, no, I'm not going to go on. No, they want to come on. So the good news is they're going to be on here. The bad news is it's just not going to be today. But it was funny because I was like, dude, you guys literally are my life. Like, you guys are my family, DOB family, right? We are family, and I love it. And I love it. I love the vibe here. I love the vibe here. And again, look at me. I'm tired. You see the bags under my eyes. Like, you cannot fake that, right? Like, legit. And I put in a lot of work and effort. But let's go ahead. Go ahead. Can't talk. Let's go ahead and talk about the Jimmy Garoppolo dynamic. Okay, the people who weren't practicing at OTAs. Okay, so let's just go ahead. There's 35 people watching right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I bring on the daily, and I appreciate it. And again, hats off to the Raiders PR. I don't think they get enough credit for, allowing us to do our job. They really do a good job at that. From Will Kiss to Cam Russo, Joseph Hooven, you name it, Jade Capricio, and Ashley, right? Everyone involved does a really good job in allowing us to do our job. So I don't think they get enough credit. It's if you see them, you guys, who are these guys, right? Why you keep saying them? Because they're the ones that allow me to do my job. Like, and you have to remember, like, I keep on telling you guys, it's not easy. Like, whew. I mean, my job's easy. It ain't easy. Their job is way, way, way harder. Kikara Raider says, Sanjeet ready to jump on today. All right, let's get Sanjeet on. I'm down. Oh, what's going on, guys? Hey, Sanjeet, you want to hop on? I'll send you the link, Sanjeet. You can hop on right now, bro. Right now, you can hop on. I will let Sanjeet on. Let's get Sanjeet on the channel. I am down for this. Sanjeet, we have been trying to do this for a while. Let's get you in. Let's get you in the pipeline. I'll send you the link, and we can have you on. Even though you're not a beat writer, you are a good content creator. So, obviously there's a vetting process. I like your work. So let's get you on. If you're willing to come on right now, I am ready. Everybody wants you. Kikara Raider wants you on. Space Chimp wants you on. Look, everybody wants you on. Oh, look at Raiders Pinoy wants you on. Look, let's just drive it up. I am really willing to have Sanji. Me and Sanji, we've been working for over a year. And I know you just have a new family. Congratulations, by the way. I know you were in the moving process. You had a lot going on in your life. Like I said, I know you have a life. I don't, but no. Look at Jeff Roy TV says jump on. So Sanjay, I can literally send you a text message right now and you can hop on. Literally right now. Let me know, my guy. Daniel Kim says, let's go. I am ready. I am ready for this. I am ready for this. I think it'd be great to have Sanjay on because there's a lot to talk about with OTAs. I think this is great. Look at hashtag Sanjay. Mac Tay says, let's go. See? Sanjay, come on, man. He's probably, honestly, though, he's probably busy. I mean, he has a newborn kid. A newborn baby. So, Daniel Munker says, bring him in. I am down. Look, I am down to bring him in right now. Sanjay, I'm going to text you right now. I'm going to say, Sanjay, you better come in. But it's such late notice, But that's cool that he chimed in. This is the first time Sanjay has chimed in on our live stream ever. Jeffrey says, come on, Sanjay. Oh, man. Yeah, it'd be cool to have Sanjay on. It would definitely be cool to have Sanjay on for sure. All right, quick question. Is what you're seeing on your end, is it blurry? Like, is the screen blurry for you guys? I just want to know. Kikaha Raiders said, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, Sanjay plus Beast equals fire. Yes, I agree. A lot of the followers here in the GOB came from when I was on Sanjay's channel that one time. And it went good vibes. Sanjay helped me get to 5K. I'm not going to get it twisted. He did. And then, unfortunately, our schedules never aligned and it just never worked out. And he obviously had a newborn kid, baby, I should say. And then obviously he was in the process of moving. So a lot. All right, Boogie says it's clear on this end. Okay, thank you so much. Because I'm looking at it right now on my end, and it looks like crap. Like it literally looks like crap. It looks like dog crap. Like I did something wrong. Like the streaming service hates me right now. Oh, okay. It fixed. It fixed. It like reconfigured itself. It probably caught something and say, "Oh, Beast is upset. Let's fix it." See what I'm talking about? This is like I'm a one man show. It's not like see what you see right here is not what you actually see. I will take a picture of what you actually see on the back end here because you know the behind the scenes thing that everyone wants to talk about. I was talking. If you guys saw the live stream yesterday, I was talking to Randy, my guy, one of my mentors, Randy Cross. We have 4 outlets here, two outlets here. Sorry, can't even count. 2 outlets here, 2 outlets here, and all are being used right now. There's a lot of chaotic thing. And there's a ring light. We have a keynote light. We have well, obviously the microphone has to be hooked in. We have USB ports hanging out over here. Oh, which by the way, let me see how I'm reaching down for it's a huge mess right here. Okay. Right. This is a huge mess right here. But anyways, let me just show you guys something. Oh. All right. So check this out. Oh, Sanji asked me a question. My fault. I just saw that Sanji was in here. Jeff Roy TV said, Sanji asked in his comment if anyone at OTAs looked bigger or stronger. If I'm being 110% transparent with you, I didn't see anyone look bigger and stronger. But then again, this is the reason why, because again, we weren't getting an up close arm length kind of comparison. We were just, there's 3 different fields, all right, at Raiders headquarters. They were on the far field, all right? And so when they're on the far field, it's hard to see anything. Like I would look, you couldn't even tell if I was tall or if I was short if I was on the far field. So I'm going to keep it 100% transparent with you. Your guess is as good as mine. But I do have this, right? So people who are Raiders beat writers get this cheat sheet. All right. They call it a Las Vegas Raiders cheat sheet, right? And again, who gives us this? The Raiders PR. They do a really good job at this. Like if here I am and there's a question that's asked about if a guy's bigger or stronger, I can literally tell by the headshot. I literally can tell by the headshot, and people say, "Oh no, you can't." Trust me, I play this game all the time at the gym. Ask some people with the Raiders PR. I can predict how much their friends weigh. Literally did it. Ask Joe. All right, so check this out. If you're asking me who got bigger and who just from this, all right, just from the roster sheet, I can tell you that I got today from the Raiders PR. I can tell you. All right, let's just start here. And who lost weight too. If you were to ask me if Neil Farrell dropped weight, I would say he dropped weight a little bit. The first thing you see it in his face, right? That's the first thing that you notice, right? Now, what's that weight look like? I have to see. I have to see him up close and personal. I haven't seen that yet. You know who really looks big is Isaiah Pola-Mao. Isaiah Pola-Mao looks big, and I'm going to show you why. I'm just looking at all these players and seeing who else looks bigger. Bigger, stronger, faster. All right, so this is what I'm seeing right now, just so you guys know. All right, so all right, this is what the Raiders PR gave us. 29 of you guys watching. If you guys like what I have to bring to the hot seat here in. Ooh, you know who else? Look at Nite Muti. He got a new haircut. Look at Nite. Look at Nite right here. Does he look bigger? Or does he look smaller? You really can't tell from headshots. I'm really, really joking with you guys. I hope you guys didn't take that literally. I joke around a lot. No, but you can't tell. Like literally when you go see family or friends at like a family function, you know if they got fatter or if they got skinnier based on their face, right? Like, oh, I can see your cheekbones now. You must have got skinnier. Oh, you don't have a double, triple chin. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just. All right. So I'll tell you right now. I can literally, Isaiah's my boy. I can tell, I talk to Isaiah like on the daily. All right. Isaiah Pola-Mao definitely got freaking bigger. All right. I'm just going to say Isaiah Polamau definitely got bigger. There's no question. Dude, Isaiah Polamau, man, I'm anxious to see what my boy can do. I really like Christopher Smith, number 42. Can't wait till this guy light up the stage. Ooh, Jerry Tillery. Okay, here's Jerry Tillery right here. Did he get bigger or did he lose weight? You be the judge. If you were to ask me, I think he lost weight. I don't think he got bigger. I think he lost a little bit of weight. Let me write this down. Check the Beast receipt. I think he lost a little bit of weight. All right. Daniel Kidd says, Max looks swole. Guns were out today at the presser. Yeah, I like Max Crosby a lot. All right, let's see who else looks bigger. Some of these guys, I got to be honest, I have no idea. If I saw them at like out and about, like these undrafted guys, I wouldn't know who they were. Dude, Byron Young looks like he wants to kill somebody. Byron Young looks like he want to eat Pat Mahomes like right now. Like look at Byron Young. Look at that. Doesn't he look like that's a Roll Tide shot if I ever saw one? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Roll Tide roll. Byron Young looked like he hungry. Man. And then look at Sam Webb. All right, I'm going to talk about Sam Webb right now because Davante Adams talked about Sam Webb, and I talked about it on the YouTube channel in the video. Did you guys watch the videos? If you haven't watched the videos, go check it out. But he talked about Sam Webb and compared him to Jair Alexander. How good is Jair Alexander? Well, I got the grades on Jair Alexander. Yes, he was my highest graded defensive back just 2 years ago. All right. Before he got injured last year, ended his season. But speaking of Jair Alexander, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was week 3 at Levi Stadium when I was running the grades. And again, doing this off the top of my head, I think I broke down Jair Alexander's interception off Jimmy Garoppolo. All right. I think I broke that down here on YouTube with my game film study breakdown. See? So when Davante Adams talks about Jair Alexander today at the press conference, that had nothing to do with the Raiders because he plays for the Green Bay Packers, I knew exactly who he's talking about when you compared him to Sam Webb in the sense of he's very, very smart. Ooh. All right. Because this is my analysis on Jair Alexander. So again, if you guys want to know about Sam Webb, when Davante Adams talks about Sam Webb, you have to know the dynamics of the other 31 other NFL teams. You have to. Well, you don't have to, but I want to. Because then I don't have to do legwork on it. I already did it 4 years running, 3 years running. Didn't go to Louisville? Anyways, I got grades on Jair Alexander. I'm going to show you what my thoughts are on Jair Alexander, right? People say, okay, you really great. People who are new, they try to test it out, and then I got grades, man. I grade every single snap of every single player. I'm a one-man PFF. That's why they call me the Beast. And my grading system is not bulletproof, but it is a good, strong baseline. Let's not get it twisted. Beast receipts, check out. All right. I'm going to show you why Jair Alexander, and I thought it was very interesting, and I'm going to write an article about this, which I always do in every single video anyways, but I was going to write a secondary article on top of the article. That sounds nuts, but I think it's really, really good to point out. I like Sam Webb. He was one of the 4 undrafted rookie free agents last year. There's only 4, right? Luke Masterson, Darian Butler, obviously Sam Webb, and Isaiah Polamau, right? That's 4. How many undrafted rookie free agents are going to make this roster? Well, that will be determined. But speaking of Jair Alexander, let's talk about the grades and my grading system on Jair Alexander. Dude, Jair Alexander is a freaking player, right? I like Jair Alexander a lot. All right, so he was my highest. And again, if you guys want to see my Twitter receipts, you guys please be sure to do that. But here, this is what I said of Jair Alexander. And again, yep, he definitely, man. All right, so how do I remember this? Week 3 against the Fort IMC. I can't make this stuff up. All right. So again, against the Saints. Oh, I didn't run grades on week 1 against the Saints. NFL Game Pass screwed up on that one. Week 2, he graded a 7 out of a 10 against the Detroit Lions. In that game, he was targeted 4 times, 2 of those going for completions for a total of 29 yards of coverage. He did allow both of those completions ending up being first down. So that's something to be noteworthy. He also gave up a 20-plus big play, which is something that you don't want to see from a boundary cornerback. But again, giving up only 29 yards in coverage, with one being a big boomer downfield for a 25-yard gain, you really can't doubt that. All right. Against the 49ers, he played extremely well, right? He graded at 7 out of a 10. And what I saw in Jair Alexander's film study on that was this guy, we all know that he freaking came up with a huge INT. And if you guys haven't seen that play, I broke it down here on YouTube specifically for all of you guys. He also came up with 2 pass breakups in the process. So again, this guy's a real deal, right? Again, that's against the 49ers. And then week 4 against the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, he didn't have his best game. But he did end up getting injured and did not return. He had a right AC joint shoulder injury, and then that's kind of what happened basically throughout the year. He's playing injured at that point in time. But at the end of the day, it was almost like this. All right, that was his worst game. But again, he was playing hurt. Like, you can't expect a guy to play hurt in week 4 and be like, oh yeah, it's his fault. But in that week 4, he was targeted 5 times, 2 of those going for completions for a total of 47 yards. Here's the thing back in COVID year. All right, let's circle back to COVID year. All right, this is where he was my highest graded boundary quarterback. And this is interesting because Sam Webb, a lot of you guys here in the DOB love Sam Webb, and I do too. I think Sam Webb's a good guy. Again, if you want to see the Locker Room Pulse interviews I did on Sam Webb throughout the year, you guys can check that out in my Locker Room Pulse interviews in the playlist that I made for you that took all weekend to make. Again, I take time to do this for you guys, so the least you guys can do is actually just check it out or pretend to check it out. All right. So again, if you want to talk about Jair Alexander, here we go. All right. So in 2020, he was targeted 73 times, 30 of those going for completions for 277 yards allowed. He only gave up 277 yards allowed, gave up only 1 touchdown my grading system, came up with only 1 interception, right? So he only gave up 1 touchdown. He only allowed 1 touchdown all year in 2020, but he only had 1 interception. So if you go to the box score, be like, oh, he's not a Pro Bowl cornerback, let alone an All-Pro, because he only had 1 interception. But he only gave up 277 yards. That doesn't show up in the box score now, does it? You have to have a grading system for that. Furthermore, he had 12 pass breakups in my grading system for a quarterback passer rating of a 51. Holla at your boy. That's the best in the NFL of all boundary quarterbacks in my grading system. In fact, you want to further that down and double down on those gains. He only gave up 14 first downs total throughout the year. Only 14 first downs total throughout the year. I mean, you're talking about a guy who doesn't really give up much when protecting the sticks. All right. So again, that's very, 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 very promising for an undrafted rookie free agent like Sam Webb, who's young, who wants to learn. And Devontae Adams says, like, yeah, man, I'll take him under my wing. Right. And Hondo Carpenter asked him the question, right? You took Sam Webb under your wing. What do you see in Sam Webb? So hats off to Hondo for pointing that out. The thing about this is now I'm going to look at this and say, okay, what does Devontae see in Sam Webb that he saw in Jair Alexander to make that kind of comparison? Is it more of a I want to learn standpoint, which he pointed out, or does he really view Jair Alexander, Sam Webb dynamic as a potential, this is the guy's ceiling, right? This is the guy's ceiling. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. All right. Boogie says we need Young to want to kill somebody every day. I know, dude. It's crazy. There's 26 of you guys watching right now. Give this video a thumbs up. We've been on for an hour and 3 minutes and 28 seconds. I cannot believe it. All right. This coffee is like giving me life right now. And it's crazy. I could drink like 70 ounces of coffee a day. And I know it's crazy, but trust me, people that know me know that's nothing for me. And that's why Dan Campbell's like, oh, I can drink this. I was like, man, that ain't nothing compared to what I drink. You know what my pre-workout is? You ask my parents, they will tell you, you're going to die of a heart attack at the age of 40. Well, all right. So I'm looking at some of these people look like they want to eat me. Like, do they say smile in these pictures? That's what I want to know. Do they say smile or do they just take the picture? I think they say smile, right? Like they say, all right, we're going to take a picture on 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then you smile. Or do you just go like this? Okay, we're going to what if someone's smiling already and say, we're taking a picture in 3, 2, 1, and you go. Like, how would you look? Most of the people are smiling. But then Byron, okay, look, I'll show you right now. All right. I think this is hilarious. All right. So, like, it's funny. All right. So, this is everyone's smiling, right? Well, for the most part, I think Devontae Adams he's like, whatever. But they don't look like they want to eat anyone, right? Like, for real. So, it looks pretty cool, right? It looks pretty cool. The funny thing about it is here. Now we're going to go to the flip side of this. Thank you so much. I just got another Venmo donation from Junior Junior Parker. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry, Junior Park. Thank you so much. He says, I appreciate all the work you did. Had no idea you were part Korean. Yes, I am. My dad's side. I'm Japanese and Korean and Sicilian on my dad's side, and then Chinese and Vietnamese on my mom's side. All right, so check this out. Thank you so much for the $25 Venmo donation. I appreciate it. If you guys want to donate through Venmo, you guys can do that. Jeff, please put up the link again for those who are just chiming in. There's 31 of us watching right now. And again, if you guys want to donate through Venmo, because everyone has a Venmo these days, it's at Beastwriter. So just find me. You can add me as a friend, and you guys can send me Venmo donations that way if you like the work that I provide on the daily. Or you can do that through Super Chat or Super Sticker here on YouTube. All right, so check this out. Everyone's pretty much smiling, right? Like Max Crosby is smiling, right? So, you have Keelan Cole, he's smiling. Keelan Cole's a cool guy. AJ Cole's also a funny guy. You have Jermaine Illuminor, he's smiling, right? Everyone's smiling, right? Divine Diablo smiling, right? And then you have Neil Farrell. Look at these. Look at the pearly whites. You gotta love it, right? And so, so everyone, this is like a yearbook, right? Everyone's pretty much smiling. All right, now check this out. Tyler Hall. That's another one. I love Tyler Hall. But he looks like he wants to eat me. Like he looks like he wanted to true lockdown someone up, and he gonna lockdown corner someone. Like Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs has a great smile. But look at my boy Jakob Johnson, the Germinator. He looks like he wants to terminate somebody. He's like, yo, man, I'm protecting Jimmy G at all costs. You're gonna want to mess with me? Not today, my friend. This is what you're gonna see every day. Number 45 in your face. The Germinator. I think if I was to do a yearbook shot or whatever, I think I'd do the same thing. I think I'd be 3, 2, 1. I'd be like, I don't know. I'd probably laugh. I'd probably laugh. Oh, I think in all the time, there's some people that just don't like to smile. I have a friend who I always say, why do you always look so mean? Like it doesn't matter what time of day. Like, why do you look so mean in your pictures? Like you want to kill somebody. He says, I do. I was like, wait, are you being serious right now? Because I won't be your friend if you're serious. Till this day, I don't know if he was serious. That's why we're not friends anymore. All right, check this out. Everyone's smiling. All right, everyone's smiling. See, everyone's smiling. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's smiling. Which, by the way, Trayvon Merrick is right here, right? You guys see Trayvon Merrick right here? So he was not participating in OTAs today. Jimmy Garoppolo was a non-participant at OTAs today. He had surgery. Obviously, he's recovering from that. And that was reported by The Athletic and Tom Pelissero of NFL Network. So Jimmy Garoppolo's out. Josh Jacobs obviously didn't sign his tender, so he's out. Obviously cannot participate until he signs that tender, obviously, right? That $10.1 million non-exclusive franchise tag. And then, boy, we would love to have Josh Jacobs back. I mean, I love the person, love the player, love the 2,153 scrimmage yards that he gave us that just paced the NFL last year. But I don't know if I want to pay him because running backs are short-lived. The analytics tell me something. Can you produce at that high level again and over the course of another 2-3 years down the road to outlive that contract? And this is where I'm so torn on this. I still think you sign Josh Jacobs. That's just my thing. I'm with Josh. I'm with Josh. All right. But it's not up to me. And like I said, what I say with the whole Davante Adams thing and Coach McDaniels today, when the question was asked, right? We talk about this. I told you guys this question was going to be asked because it's going to be asked. Davante Adams came out and said he didn't see eye to eye with the front office. What does that mean? Blah, blah. And what did I say on the live stream yesterday? I said, when the question comes up, what is Coach McDaniels' answer? Well, I'm going to make a video out of it, a remix, right? I'm going to make a remix video of the Beast receipt of what I said yesterday. And he said the same exact answer that I thought he would give today, which is, oh, yeah, I kind of saw that, but I don't know the full story because I really didn't read it. So, yeah, I can't tell you one way or the other. We talked about it yesterday with Randy Cross. I told Randy, I was like, hey, look, a smart coach would do this, right? If you guys watched the live stream yesterday, you would know. See, you would know things. You would know what's going to happen in that crystal ball because I give it to you all the time. So, again, if you missed out, but the people who knew and watched it yesterday were like, oh, that's another Beast receipt. Beast said that. Oh, Daniel Kim says the DB room is going to be a killer room. No days off. Competition is going to be cutthroat. It is. It is. All right. We've been on for 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 40 seconds. If you guys would like to send a super chat like Mac Teddy did earlier, thank you so much. And Kikaha Raider, please do so. It helps out these live streams move forward. And also, there's 34 of us watching right now. Give this video a thumbs up. A like is worth 1,000 hugs. It will push the algorithm here on YouTube as a recommended video for other nation like yourselves to go ahead and say, hey, Beastwriter is a beat writer covering the Las Vegas Raiders, the silver and black. He does these podcasts every single day for onwards of an hour and a half to 2 hours, sometimes 3-hour podcasts. On top of that, he's posting exclusive content found nowhere else here on YouTube because he's the sole beat writer here on YouTube for the most part. And obviously, all this stuff on the community page checks out with those Beast receipts. And on top of that, he engages with us on this platform, which beat writer actually answers all the, because again, I'm sure a lot of them do it, but every single one, that's like literally hundreds of comments that you have to respond to every single day. And I do it. So if you like that type of authentic engagement and you'd like to support me in the DOB, please do so with a super chat or a super sticker here on YouTube. We've been on for 1 hour and 13 minutes right now. And again, we're reporting live straight from Raiders headquarters and now back at my home office here across the street. I should say Raiders HQ because it's literally arm distance. I'm at Raiders HQ, I'm at home. I'm at Raiders HQ, I'm at home. Oh, man. But anyways, thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it. You guys have been nothing but awesome. I love you guys, literally. And again, you guys are my lifeline. All right. So like, if you guys have questions, like up on the community page, right? Daniel Kim got I said, hey, I put my money where my mouth is. I say, hey, if you guys have a question and that you want asked at the presser, let me know. Obviously, it has to be a logical, good question. I'm not going to ask a question that's like, hey, so what do you eat for dinner today, Max Crosby? I'm not going to ask you that, Max Crosby. I'm sorry. But if you ask a question, hey, I have a question about Devontae Adams. He's entering the system in year 2. Can you ask a question somewhere along the lines about how that's going to affect his game in 2023? Absolutely. That is a great question, DK, and I will ask that. And I did. Check off a beast receipt. Who does that? Let me ask you. Let's back up right now. Who does that? As Jim Harbaugh would say, nobody. Now let me write this down. All right. Edgar Bonilla says, sup, Beast. What's going on, Edgar Bonilla? I have not seen you. Edgar, this is like the first live stream I've seen you in 3 live streams. Good to see you back, my guy. And I love the flexing. Every time I see a flexing mode, I'm just gonna flex. I was gonna be like, yep. That's it. Let's just bring back the game. Funny story. Anytime I go to the doctors and get shots, the lady says, stop flexing. I'm not flexing. Like, it's literally my arm's dangling. And I was like, I'm not flexing. Like, there's just no fat on my arm. And it's crazy. When I went to go get my COVID shot at Levi Stadium, literally same thing. In fact, there's a story about that here on YouTube. And the girl who administered the shot followed me on YouTube, and she's like, you're the Beastwriter. You covered the Niners. I was like, yeah. And then so we took a picture. She's like, I can't take a picture. Can you take a picture of us? I was like, sure. So he took a selfie. It was fun. All right. Daniel Kim says, sign JJ. Who's your surprise cut? Ooh. Edgar Bonilla, you coming out with some hot takes right now. You want some hot answers. Who is my surprise cut? Man. Me. Beastwriter, you're cut from the beat writer. I'm sorry. You're not very good with your beast receipts. We checked them out. It's all a lie. You don't have to do that. Trust me. I call myself out when I get stuff wrong. Like saying that Trayvon Mayer was going to be an all-pro. Oh, no, I didn't say all-pro. Pro Bowler last year. Saying that Lester Cotton was arguably the best interior offensive guard in training camp. Oh, my God. I am sorry. Maybe that's a Roll Tide thing. I'm sorry. But surprise cut. That's a tough one. I have to see more from the players. I will let you know what the surprise cuts once I watch training camp. Again, I can't go off of what I don't know, right? What we don't know. And I don't know because there's no good sample size to pull from right now. We only got to watch 1 day of OTA so far. You're up to watch to 10 days of OTAs. Again, if you guys want to know the OTA schedule, it's up on the community page. So go ahead and check that out. Again, my articles are posted everywhere. It's on Instagram. It's on my Instagram stories. It's also on my YouTube community page. It's also in my YouTube videos. It's also in every single comment that is left for me in the form of a question. I answer in the form of an article. So again, a lot of good value can be had. And so when people miss a live stream, I challenge you guys to watch the replay. And again, if you're watching the replay, mahalo to you guys. And if you're watching the live stream, mahalo to you guys as well. That stay consistent. But again, you have only 24 hours in a day. You choose to follow who you want to follow. Hopefully you choose me as your number one source for all beat writer coverage from silver and black in a different perspective, being self-employed. I'm a one-man show. I'm self-employed. I'm not employed by any huge network. So when I do these beast receipts, I have to. I don't have, and again, trust me, it's not throwing shit at anyone else. I would love to be backed up by NFL Network. I would love to be backed up by ESPN. I would love to be backed up by CBS or something like sports or something like that, or Bleacher Report when I used to work for them. But I don't. I'm a one-man show, and I like to do it this way. I chose to do it this way. And so doing it this way is fun. Because when someone tells you, and it goes back to the Max Crosby, if someone tells you you can't do something, you not only are going to prove that person wrong, but you're going to do it better and go far and above beyond the expectation that they thought that you would otherwise would not surpass. I love it. I love it. I think this is the greatest thing in life is when someone tells you you can't do something, you say F you. Not only will I do it, but I'm going to do it in your face and I'm going to let my grind speak for itself and I don't have to say a damn thing. And now you're going to look like the fool, not the other way around. I love that. Cuz look, when you work hard in silence and let your gains be your noise, that's the best type of feedback. That's the best type of got you. Check off another beast receipt. Jeffrey T says, always excited to see development of players, which makes the defense so intriguing at all levels. Yes, it is. Daniel Kim says, thanks, brother. It was dope to hear my question on the love presser. We should call them love pressers instead of live pressers, DK. I'm with you on this. Oh, today's love presser. No, I get you saying live presser. You know, the typos are ridiculous on my phone. Like, I don't know what is wrong with my phone. If anybody has an iPhone, I don't know. iPhone be acting up. For instance, my AirPods. Me and my girlfriend have the same problem right now, and we both have iPhones. If any of you guys have AirPods that is linked to your iPhone, can you just please explain? I'm not the only one that my battery dies and the headphones are not fully charged, by the way, not used, and it just goes down to like 0%. Why is that? I don't know. You guys tell me, why is that? I'm at 0% on my headphones, AirPods. I only used them at Raiders headquarters for a good hour and a half, maybe, and they're fully charged, and now it's at 0%. Literally got the notification before hopping on this live stream. It's like, oh, your AirPods are at 0%. I was like, that's funny. They're not even on. How does that work? And the same thing happened with my girlfriend with her AirPods. And I thought it was my girlfriend just being dumb. But no, I guess we're both being dumb. And I was just being judgmental. Jesse Cardenas says Raiders all day, baby. Yes, absolutely. Raiders all day. And the funny thing is, Niner fans are falling off here in the DOB. Well, because it's called the DOB now, but there's also Niner fans that stick with me. The loyal ones stick with me. And it's not just for the giveaways. They actually like and support me. In fact, they send me a lot of Venmo donations till this day. So I really appreciate them. And they're like, man, you know, I watch your stuff because I compare what you say with the Raiders to what the Niners beat writer, and I miss your flavor. Like, you always talk about your flavor. I miss that. I miss that at the pressers when I know when I'm listening to the presser live on KNBR, 95.7 The Game, wherever it's showcased in the Bay Area, that I always looked forward to your questions. Now we have guys like Daniel Kim in here, Dennis Murdoch, Jesse Cardenas, all you guys, right? Anti-Six Soldier, right, who are saying, man, Jeremy Willis, I really look forward, Space Chimp, I really look forward to your questions. Like, that means something to me. It means I'm on the right track. Because again, you guys are my bloodline, right? You guys are my lifeline. I wouldn't be in the position I am to even ask the question if it wasn't for you guys following me. You know, you throw me to the wolves, I'll come back leading the pack. But again, in order to lead the pack, you have to have someone to lead. No, you can't be following yourself. Like, you'd be following your own shadow. Like, that ain't going to work. Throw me to the wolves and I'll die. Daniel Kim says, your non-flex is still a flex. That is true. Daniel Moose says, what happened with Cotton? If already covered, please send me to that video. Oh, with Lester Cotton, I went on the live stream and I said that Lester Cotton was the best interior guard on the team in training camp. Don't be surprised if he shines in 2022. Yeah, he shined all right. He wasn't on the team. He's on the Miami Dolphins right now. Last time I checked. Raiders 58 says, you are honestly better than some other beat writers or insiders from the Raiders. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. And like I said, I just bring a different flavor. I think everyone does their best, right? Everyone does their best. It's just, what flavor do you want? Do you want the breaking news flavor? Because I'm not going to be the breaking news dude. All right. There's guys for that do a very good job at breaking news, bringing exclusive content. And they're good at that. What you find here in the DOB is I like to bring a different vibe from a different perspective. This outside the box thinking that I was taught at a very young age from my parents instilled in me is, you can do things the easy way, but you won't get the desired results. If you do things the hard way and think outside the box and get better results, which direction do you want to go to? Right? Like you have you're in the fork in the road, right? You can go this way, you can go this way. I always chose the harder path. Why? Because you always hear the mindset of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That holds true every single time. It's not just a cliche thing that people say. Why? Because if it was a linear path to that direct success, then it wasn't hard enough. There was no challenge to get there, which means more people can go in that path. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just explaining the story that my parents instilled in me. If you go down the unbeaten road and carve out your own niche in your own path, you may not get the direct traffic like subscribers, right? We're at 5,000 subscribers. We should have a lot more. But to do it the way that I'm doing it, not only am I doing it my way, but I'm bringing a perspective of tapping into an untapped market. And anytime you try something that's different or foreign, it doesn't make it wrong, right or wrong. It just makes it different. And I think that's the fresh perspective that we're trying to bring, that coming from the 49ers, because that's how I did it. That's how NinerFans.com became the #1 blog in the world, right? 250,000 fans on Facebook, right? 250,000 followers on Facebook, fans on Facebook, 250,000 people. So I know what I bring to the table, but the nation needs to know what I bring to the table. And they're going to know how, because Beast Nation has my back. DOB fam has my back. My Beast receipts check out, right? More times than not. So again, everybody brings their own flavor, which is a really cool thing, right? Vinny brings his own flavor. Hondo brings his own flavor. Case Kiefer brings his own flavor. He's very good with the sports betting. Adam Hill, same thing, right? The sports betting, very good with that stuff. They're very good at that. Tashawn, very good in those exclusive. I told Tashawn, I was like, you're good with those exclusive articles. Like, that's good stuff, man. So Vic, right? Breaking news, stays on top of the beat. I mean, PG, same thing. From ESPN, right? Paul Gutierrez. Everyone does a really, really good job. Mark Anderson, really good job for the AP, right? Brings his own flavor. And all these guys are going to be hopping on the live stream on Thursday. It would be today. Unfortunately, the Vegas Knights also play here in Las Vegas. So the Stanley Cup is up for grabs right now. Could they sweep? I don't know. But yeah, everyone brings their own flavor. But yeah, hearing things like this, in only my second year now, right? Just wrapping up year one. Again, it's just a different flavor, a different vibe with my grading system, with my Beast receipts, with my prediction-based analysis. When evaluating the game film, not just the Las Vegas Raiders, because you have to know the dynamics of the other 31 other NFL teams to say, hey, this player is good, this player is bad. What makes me say that? You just can't compare players on the same team relative to one year to the next and say, hey, Luke Masterson is going to be not as good as Amani Burney, right? And this is the reason why. Well, you're just comparing one player to a next player who are basically, let's face it, a 6th or 7th round draft pick compared to undrafted rookie free agent. I mean, that's just kind of like a 1-to-1. But then you look at the landscape of the other 31 other NFL teams. Okay, who does Amari Burney remind you of? Well, you have to have some basis to compare that to. And that's where the grading system uncovering all 31 other NFL teams. That's why I watched 65, 70 hours of game film, sometimes 80 hours of game film. Now that I was looking back, my girlfriend was telling me, I don't know that. She'd probably get mad at me. Yeah, 80 hours. 80 freaking hours, man. So if you break it down, that's 12 hours of game film every single day. All right. Then you get your 4 hours of sleep. So that's 16 hours. I worked out for 4 hours. That's 20 hours. And then you have 4 hours of buffer, right? So like, where does that come from? Being at Raiders headquarters more times than not. So where is there time to eat, take a crap, right? Honestly, right? Brush your teeth. You just fit it in when you can get it in. You just fit it in where you can get it in. But I mean, the cream always rises to the top is something that I've always learned. And hopefully we'll get there, hopefully we get there. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that do a really, really solid job on the Raiders beat. Very well respected. Um, yeah. So I appreciate the kind words. Even though this is my second year, I think we're growing at a really fast pace. I always complain it's never good enough, right? It's never good enough. I always want to grow faster. And again, that's the iron sharpens iron mentality. Look, okay, we got to 4,000 subscribers. Let's get to 5,000. Okay, we got to 5,000 subscribers. Let's get to 10,000. Well, let's get to 6,000 first, Beast, before we start talking about 10,000. Obviously, the road to 10K is alive and well. Let's just get to 6,000. All right. So here's the thing that we're having is Niner fans are getting upset. All right. Just being very transparent. I get emails. I get, believe it or not, I've gotten death threats. All right. Literally, Facebook knows about this. It's nothing. They don't ask me why they give me death. They're very upset that I left the Niners. Call me a traitor. You guys seen the community page up on here on YouTube where someone called me a hood jumper. I don't know what a hood jumper is, but you guys were like, "What is a hood jumper?" DK was in here. Some of you guys were like, "Comment." I'm just like, "Hey man, I'm just this is my career. Like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but it is what it is." So the point is that we lose Niner fans every day, but we still have those loyal Niner fans who I absolutely love, and I don't want to lose those guys. And they're going to be entered for the giveaways that I give away my tickets to the Niners game because I'm a season ticket holder. In section 134, row 31, seats 11 and 12. All right, those are my seats. Which is, if you do the math on that, those seats are next to the $80,000 seats. All right. So just to give you some kind of baseline, I want to do that with the Raiders. Why am I telling you that? I want to do that with the Raiders. I want to get big enough to where I can buy season tickets to Allegiant Stadium. You guys already know it's the highest ticketed NFL ticketed game, no matter who's playing at Allegiant Stadium. How cool would it be that a beat writer gives away his own season tickets to every single game? Not one, two, sitting next to each other, like seats 11 and 12 at Levi Stadium, where you can take your friend, you can take your spouse, you can take whoever going to the game. That's where my mindset is at. I want to give back to you guys. How do we do that? We have to hit 10K subscribers. So again, if you guys are watching this, there's 36 of you guys. Give this video a thumbs up. And again, it will push the algorithm to other like-minded nation like yourselves as a recommended video here on YouTube. Also, again, you guys know what I bring to the table, but maybe your friends don't. So let them know about the DOB here in the dark side of Beastwriter and tell them to subscribe to the channel. If they have a Gmail account, which everyone does these days, just like a Venmo, go ahead and let them know. Hey, can you do me a favor? Beast he wants to give out season tickets to the Raiders game. So why not subscribe to his channel and help him out? Because I've never been to Allegiant Stadium before, and he's not giving out one ticket. We can both go potentially, and he's doing this at every single game. Like, who does not want that? I mean, you're looking at literally like over $1,000 worth of 2 tickets. Look at the average ticket price for a Las Vegas Raiders home game. Go look. Arkham Raider says, salute Beast, just getting on after a busy day at work, committed to the hustle. Love it. Thank you so much. Yeah, man, it was really bad. Arkham Raider, it was really bad. I was like half dead. I had to do a 5-minute countdown before we started and do a second 5-minute countdown before we started because I was so dead. Oh, man. Oh, Daniel Munoz says the batteries are toasting them. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Kikar Raider says Beast Receipts got that MSG in if you know, you know. Edgar Bernia says, what's the difference between a sports columnist and a beat writer? This is a very good question. All right. And there's a few layers to this. Kikar Raider says, I was in IT. I call Apple CR Apple. All right. I'll definitely let them know. Thank you so much for the heads up. That sucks that it's the battery. And getting back to your question, Edgar, but thank you so much, Kikar. I appreciate it, my guy. Mahalo for the recommendation. All right. So Edgar Bonilla says, what's the difference between a sports columnist and a beat writer? Okay. So it's a two-pronged question, right? So you have your beat writers, you have your sports columnists, you also have a future columnist. And then you also have, like, nowadays, like on fan sided, I was one of the first, by the way, if you guys don't know, I covered the Raiders back in 2013. Oh no, earlier than that, 2012. 2012, I covered the Las Vegas, the Oakland Raiders at the time for Golden Gate Sports. I covered the 49ers. I was the editor of Niner Noise, which is the 49ers website on Fansided. And then I was also the editor of Raising Zona, which is the Arizona Cardinals website. On top of all those three things, I was the editor of another one. So I was editor in chief in 3 different websites. The reason I talk about this is because on those like fan blog websites, it's a lot different than today. Like back then, you had, what do you call them? I guess you would call them contributors, right? There's different names, right? So you have your contributors, you call them, I think that's what you would call them, like a contributor or a staff writer. We call them staff writers. So I had staff writers, right? That would write for me. So we have your contributors and then you have your staff writers. So that's kind of like, if you look at the hierarchy, that's kind of like the starting aspect of it. And then you have your I guess your the beat writer, all right. In your case, your question going back to the beat writer or sports columnist, a beat writer is someone who covers the team as the pulse of the team, hence the heartbeat. Beat writer, right? That's where I got the name Beastwriter. Because I'm not a beat writer, I'm a beast writer, right? With my beast receipts, my bodybuilding grind. Okay, so a beat writer is their 9 to 5 is covering the team. I mean, that's basically it. They're there Monday through Friday, and they're there every single day, giving the nation the scoop on the team. Now, if you're sprinkled in here, like maybe on a Tuesday, and then you come back on a Friday, you're not a beat writer because you're not there Monday through Friday. Like, to me, a beat writer is someone who's there for the duration of Monday through Friday, the work week, as your 9 to 5, and then on game days on Sundays, right? The only day we really have off, if you want to have an off day, which we don't here in the DOB, but if you were to have an off day, it'd be Saturday, and that's it. Right. So you're typically working 6 out of 7 days of the week covering one sole team. And that would be considered a beat writer. Right. So the beat writers on the Raiders are, and I'm just going in order here. Okay. So if I'm looking at row 1, it's Vinny Bonsignori. Right. So Vinny Bonsignori, you have Mark Anderson, you have Hondo Carpenter. That's row 1. Okay. Row 2 is myself. Right. So you have myself, Case Kiefer, Ed Graney. I consider him a beat writer. He's in right now. He covers another team, right? Because the Vegas Knights play here. So I would consider Ed Graney, even though he's considered a featured columnist, sports columnist. I consider him a beat writer because he's there. But obviously the Stanley Cup final, or not saying they're going to go to Stanley Cup finals. It looks like. So you have Ed Graney. Tusson Reed from The Athletic, he's a beat writer. Vic Tafer from The Athletic is another beat writer. And then you have Adam Hill, again, for the Review Journal. He's a beat writer. And then you have, who else do we have? Paul Gutierrez from ESPN. All right. Those are typically the beat writers, right? And if I'm missing someone off the top of my head, I don't know. But pretty much I'm just kind of going the line here and who's there Monday through Friday. Those are the guys who are there Monday through Friday. But that's my take on that. And then you have, sports columnists like the Ed Graney, right, who does a mix and match of both, right? And again, there's only so many hours in a day. We talk about that, so you only can do so much in 24 hours. But I would consider Ed Graney a beat writer. He's there all the time. Tim Kawakami would be a featured columnist, right? Now he's with The Athletic, but with the San Jose Mercury News, I think he was the head of featured. He was the featured columnist for San Jose Mercury News at the time. So that's kind of like that area. With the 49ers, you have Eric Branch, right? You have Eric Branch. I think he was with the Chronicle. I don't know if he's still with the Chronicle. You have Matt Barrows from The Athletic, obviously. Matt Mayoko, right? NBC Sports. You had myself, right, for being self-employed, right? NinerFans.com. Niner Fans LLC, I should say. And then you also have Grant Cohn, right, for SI. You had David Lombardi, right, from The Athletic. I'm trying to see in the workroom where they sat. You had obviously Cam Inman, of course, from Bay Area News Group, and then you had Jennifer Lee Chan, NBC Sports, and shoot, who else? That's pretty much it. The 49ers beat was more. It was like, in general, beat writers is no more than like 8 people, 8 to 10 people, I would say. No more than 9. I wouldn't say 10. I would say 8 to 9 people, and that's basically the heartbeat of the team. Um, but yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing other people. It's been so. Who else was there? Or probably still is there. That's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Um, but yeah. Oh, Jack Hammer's there now, but he came after me. He now works for the Sounds of Press Democrat. He is a beat writer. Daniel Moon says, those guys are great, but they don't value the pods and streams enough. That's where media consumption is at. You're doing it right. Thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate it. Um, a lot of hard work and effort goes into it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. A lot of sacrifice, like Max Crosby talked about. Like, here he is. Max Crosby just got off work 46 minutes ago to go home, right? So, I mean, here I am back on the live stream. So again, you want to talk about the iron sharpens iron mentality at Raider Way. It goes far and above and beyond just simply the players, just simply the coaches, just simply the front office. It stems from the media workroom. Like I'm a firm believer in iron sharpens iron. That's why I want Don't Miss a Beat from the Beat. I want to get a fresh perspective on here other than just talking to you guys myself, because I think it's very important. I want to give them love, not to say, I'm not like that. I want them on to really genuinely give them a shout out and say, hey, look, man, like these guys bring fresh takes, man. Like you may agree or you may disagree, but at the end of the day, it's their opinion and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So I just think at the end of the day, it'd be cool to have a beat writer on here. Like today's Thursday. It's a Don't Miss a Beat from the Beat segment. Unfortunately, the Vegas Golden Knights play right now. And so it kind of was, and OTAs are here. So people have stories and stuff to write, and they also have families. So it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to get someone on a Thursday with so much action going on. Cause you got to remember our 9 to 5 is being there at Raiders headquarters. Anything over that is just bonus, right? You got to think of it like that, right? Honestly, right? So when you work your 9 to 5 at a job, when you go home, do you still want to work, or do you want to just call it in a day and get ready for the next day? See, for me, I don't see it that way because I don't have a family or kids, so I don't have to value time that way. I value my time as the Raiders are my family. This is my time. Like, I don't know. Jay Gray says, so who stood out? So that's a great question. So, again, if you're just tuning in, Jay Gray, and this is the first time that you tuned in here, mahalo for doing so and talking to us on this live stream or talking to me on this live stream. This is the very first time you left a comment. Mahalo for doing that. So as far as people who stood out, like I said, we talked about it earlier. It was really hard and difficult to tell because they were on the far field. I did break down some practice videos for you. We only got like maybe a couple minutes to go ahead and film from the individual practice portion of it other than stretching. So again, check those videos out. I posted them for you, but it was a hard dynamic for me to kind of gauge based on the limited sample size that I could to pull from my vantage point. So again, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I could lie to you and you guys would never know the difference, but I'm not like that. I'm not here to be a clout chaser. I'm here to provide the most accurate information that I can provide from the beast writer mentality. And that is fair, honest, opinionated analysis that provides in-depth, spot-on predictions at the end of the day. And I can't do that without actually seeing it with my own eyes. They were on the far field, so there was no chance for me to kind of gauge how they were coming off their stem when they were running their drill work on 7-on-7 drills, their 9-on-7 drills, their whatever the case may be, because at the end of the day, I couldn't really see a good vantage point from where they were practicing from my vantage point. And I think, to be honest with you, I think it's a very smart move by Coach McDaniels. Like, he's not going to give me anything. He's like, oh man, Beastwriter's here. He knows. Let's not show him anything. Let's go to the far field away from him. Boogie says the resale ticket prices are insane. They are. They are. You know what's crazy is my 49ers tickets are probably going to increase now. And they already did this past year. And it's a grip. I pay so much for these season tickets. Let's just put it this way. I could probably put a down payment on a home with the season tickets prices that I've been paying over the course of the years. Now that looking back, that was probably a stupid investment. Anyways, yeah, Allegiant Stadium is very expensive. Robert Penn says, Beast Mahalo, what's going on? Salvatore Bruno says, what did I miss writing down? A lot. We've been on for 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 30 seconds. This is one of the longer live streams. This is crazy because you guys know I was dying to hop on. I was like, man, I'm only going to make this 45 minutes and I'm going to cut out. I didn't. We stayed on. Thank you so much for McTeddy for actually encouraging me to hop on and stay on with a super chat and super sticker. And thank you so much, Kikaha Raider. If you guys want to support like these two have before me, I think I'm going to end this live stream. We've been on for 1 hour and 45 minutes exactly right now. There's 22 people watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I have to bring. And again, spread the word to all your family and friends. And again, if you're watching the replay, please, please, please do me a solid and definitely let your friends know about us and tell them to subscribe to the channel because that's cool that they know about the DOB family. That's cool that they know about me as a beat writer being the Beastwriter. But it does no justice. You have to tell them to, hey, subscribe to the channel. I'll do it later. They're not going to do it. Force feed them to do it. Say, hey, man, you want free stuff? You want free tickets to the Raiders game? You want to help Beast get there? Because he's going to give those out. He does it with the Niners already. He's not even a beat writer Niners. Oh, that's cool. Okay, what I got to do? Then you got their attention. And then once you get their attention and they watch a live stream, they're going to be like, oh, I would have subscribed to it a long time ago. How come you didn't tell me about this guy? Like, I've been trying to tell you about this guy a long time ago. But you just said you were going to do it. Oh, that's the guy? That's the guy. Or they could be like, man, this guy sucks. He's the worst. His Beast receipts are horrible. Yeah. But whatever. Anyways, thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. I think I'm going to cut off this live stream. I hope you guys had everything that you needed to answer on OTAs. Unfortunately, like I said, there wasn't too much to report on today because the vantage point that beat writers got was not a good vantage point, and it was hard to see anything from the far field. Although, I mean, if people want to report that, oh, this guy was looking great in practice, hey, cool. You're just not going to get that from me because, again, I want to see it from the lens of the Beast perspective, and I didn't get that Beast perspective from watching from the far field. Of the far field. So, but yeah, hey man, it's been 100% good vibes only here in the DOB. I just want to say before I hop off, you guys have been nothing but awesome. But again, at the end of the day, we need to grow. So tell all your family and friends about the DOB here. And again, we're going to leave no stone unturned as we check all the boxes in growing the DOB the right way organically. And of course, all things created equal, loyalty, integrity, trust, all that embodies the DOB here in the Beastwriter family. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night. Take care, Beastwriter. Out.